Dear Taurus, a solid inheritance of security and prosperity, long obstructed by instability and lack, is finally on its way to you. This is a moment of divine timing, a chance to reclaim the stability and the material and spiritual values that are rightfully yours. For far too long, something precious has been kept from you, an inheritance of abundance and peace of mind that once felt distant, hidden behind layers of karma and self-doubt. But now, dear Taurus, it's time to embrace it fully. No one can hold you back anymore, except for yourself. Have you ever sensed that a life of comfort and peace was meant for you, yet it seemed perpetually out of reach? If so, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Sometimes, simply voicing these feelings can open the door to receiving those blessings once more. To understand why this inheritance has been delayed, we must delve into its origins. Soul inheritances of security and worth are never truly lost. They merely wait for the right moment to return. The blessings and gifts your spirit has long deserved may have been blocked not by you, but by the heavy energies of envy towards your steadfastness, and the karma of insecurity clinging to your determined light, trying to dim it. In Buddhist teachings, this is often referred to as reactive karma obstructions, born not of your actions, but from the jealousy and suffering of others. Imagine walking a sunlit path, where each step towards stability is met with unseen forces attempting to cast shadows over you. You may not see or hear these forces, but you feel their weight. Perhaps you once thought you were being punished, that something was inherently wrong with you, leading the universe to remain silent to your desires for a stable life. But the truth is, you might have been ready long ago. Your soul has been protected, waiting for the right moment. God never gives too soon, and the universe never leads you to a threshold you're not prepared to cross. That sacred inheritance, the most profound treasure of your spiritual journey, manifesting as security and enduring value, was not lost. It was simply delayed. Can you feel it? A gift that once came close, a door that opened just a crack before closing again. Many may label this as bad luck, but those who are attuned know it as karma, untying its knots. As a Taurus, you embody steadfastness, the ability to build and cultivate lasting value. You are the creator, holding both the strength of the earth and the beauty of the material world. What you are about to receive is extraordinary, a gift capable of healing not just you, but generations before you who may have lived in scarcity and uncertainty. However, with great gifts come great envy. The resilience and ability to create abundance you carry may unsettle those who have never known true security, stirring discomfort in those who have been unable to build a solid foundation for themselves. Envy can manifest in silence, in withdrawal, or in the subtle whispers of discouragement aimed at your practical ambitions. I recall a story shared by an older woman who dedicated her life to building a stable career and family. Despite her success and generosity, a close relative often mocked her materialism, claiming she valued money too much. She never fought back. She simply continued her journey. Then, after her relative passed away in difficult circumstances, she dreamt of them standing in soft light, tears in their eyes, saying, "You deserve it all." A week later, she received a call from a lawyer. Her relative, despite outward disdain, had secretly left her a small but sentimentally significant heirloom, something she had cherished as a child. But it wasn't the material value that moved her. It was the acknowledgement that her relative's spirit had finally found peace, and the spiritual inheritance returned to its rightful owner. You see, while envy may delay, it cannot stop what is meant for you. Karma, no matter how potent, cannot override the timing of your soul. When you arrive at the right moment, the things once withheld will flow back to you. In Buddhist philosophy, this is known as the ripening of karma. No one can taste the sweet fruit before the roots are ready. And right now, you are in a season where all that was once resented or locked away is gradually being released. Nothing can prevent what belongs to you from manifesting as stability and abundance. Perhaps you felt constrained by those closest to you family members you've sacrificed for and loved. Maybe you've hidden your knack for building wealth, fearing misunderstanding or judgment as being too pragmatic. But today, I want to reassure you, you were never wrong to love and desire security. You simply weren't in the right time, and that moment is arriving. You may have lost a chance, a relationship that offered stability, or a part of your self-worth that was once denied. Whatever it is, remember, it was never truly lost. It was merely delayed. If your heart is stirring with familiarity, I invite you to write down what you believe was once yours, but held back by someone or something. Don't hesitate or feel ashamed. When you put pen to paper, you're not just speaking to this world, you're calling upon the universe, God, and your ancestors, signaling that you are ready to embrace the light of abundance once more. Remember, a legacy of security and value is never lost. It's simply waiting for you to be ready to carry it. Today, you stand before a door your soul has long awaited. But jealousy, while powerful, is not the greatest barrier. The most formidable obstacle lies within your belief that you are unworthy of prosperity and peace. This belief has kept you from accepting the gifts that the universe has been eager to bestow. There exists a chain forged not by external forces, but by the quiet voices within you, echoes of harsh judgments and unkind words that you've internalized. You may not recall who uttered those words, but your soul remembers the moments you reached for what you loved, what brought you a sense of security, only to be told it wasn't for you. You learned to reject yourself, believing you were undeserving of light, love, and the blessings of stability. This shame-based ego is a deep form of karma, planting seeds of self-limitation that grow with you, blocking opportunities that could have transformed your life. How often have you stepped aside to let someone else shine? Not out of nobility, but because you believed they were more deserving of good things. How many times have you let go of something you truly wanted? A sound investment, a valuable possession, simply because a voice whispered that someone else needed it more, or that you shouldn't be indulgent. This is hidden guilt, an ache your soul longs to heal. I recall a story shared by a man who, after the death of his parents, inherited a piece of land by a lake, a dream he had cherished for building a peaceful home. Yet, he turned it down, believing his younger brother, who was struggling more, deserved it more. Later, in spiritual therapy, he broke down, realizing he had never felt worthy of such dreams of comfort and ownership. You see, there are gifts that God has placed in your hands, but you've set them down, whispering, "This isn't for me." This is a common experience for many Taurus souls who embody patience and often feel guilty for enjoying what they've earned or desiring good things for themselves. You dim your light of ambition, fearing its glow of material success might blind others. You hide your abilities to manage and build, worried about being labeled greedy. But dear heart, the light of prosperity doesn't measure worth. It simply shines wherever it is welcomed. You have closed your heart for too long. Perhaps you once had a life-changing opportunity, a major investment, but turned it down, fearing the responsibility or risk. Maybe you loved someone deeply, but held back, feeling too ordinary or not materially sufficient to provide happiness. Or perhaps God placed a gift in your hands, a chance for advancement, and you silently thought, maybe I'm not good enough, not stable enough. How can you receive blessings if you keep refusing them? You don't need anyone else to affirm your worth. The moment you open your heart, the universe will whisper, at last, you believe. You don't have to be perfect to be blessed. You just need to be honest with the light within you and dare to reach out without fear. Dare to build without hesitation. What you rejected wasn't merely material. It was the essence of being loved, seen, and acknowledged for your hard work and inherent value. You let go of opportunities that would have allowed your soul to flourish in security and abundance. If you resonate with this message and find yourself feeling emotional, it's because you are not alone. Many souls have turned away from the light of abundance, believing they weren't worthy of it. This isn't about destiny, it's about healing old wounds related to scarcity and self-worth. I invite you to take a moment to write down something you once rejected, not because you didn't want it, but because you believed you weren't worthy of that comfort, security, or beauty. This act can break the curse of self-doubt, reminding you that you are allowed to receive, that you are worthy. God has waited patiently for you to claim what was always yours. The light of prosperity you once turned away from is returning, and I hope you won't look away this time. Open your heart, not for anyone else, but for yourself, so you can finally live with all the things you once thought were beyond your reach. You don't need to do anything to be worthy. You simply need to stop believing you aren't. Lately, many people have started dreaming of receiving valuable gifts, of financial opportunities opening up, or of being recognized for their efforts. These dreams often precede real-life changes, as what was once hidden begins to flow back into the world. Have you ever dreamed of something that felt like a promise of security and abundance, however vague, not loud or clear, but persistent, like a whisper? This is your soul remembering what it once forgot. You are designed to sense stability before you see it. As a Taurus, you sense things with your practical intuition before your mind can analyze them. You hear the silent calls towards security and see potential for growth where others only perceive chaos. You walk through life listening to currents deeper and older than this lifetime, currents of earthly wisdom and steadfastness. These are not coincidences. They are omens sent by the universe to help you remember what lies ahead. Your dreams, those fleeting moments when you feel a profound connection to security and prosperity, are signs that something is coming. Perhaps you've brushed past these signs in your waking life, but now you are ready to acknowledge them. The Buddha once said that when Jupiter passes through Pisces, a doorway to spiritual and also material inheritance opens. For you, Taurus, this can manifest as a powerful urge to build, to create lasting security, to find peace in tangible values. These are the times when you feel different, as if a new stream of confidence and building capacity flows through your veins, a calling from beyond. If you've felt this, do not dismiss it. Write down any dreams or signs you believe might be calling you towards stability and prosperity. These messages are not mere figments of your imagination. They are divine calls to awaken the memories of potential and worth within you. It's not forgetting due to weakness, but rather the result of past hurts related to lack. You don't need to understand everything. You only need to feel the connections and coincidences, the opportunities starting to sprout. How often have you felt something good? A secure investment opportunity, a stable promotion was coming, only to push it away out of fear of change or responsibility. How many times have you dismissed your dreams of a more abundant life as mere coincidences that light you once thought was an illusion is a gift, a divine blessing from a sacred place? This time, if you open your heart and hands, it won't disappear. Blessings seek out those brave enough to believe in their own ability to build and sustain. You don't need absolute certainty, you just need the courage to believe, even through tears shed for old fears. God doesn't ask you to understand, He simply asks you to open your hands like a child, ready to receive what you deserve. If your heart is racing as you hear this, it may be a sign that you've received a message. This is your moment to acknowledge what you've felt, what you've dreamed, and to say, I won't ignore it any longer. I urge you to write down what you once dreamed, felt, or believed might be a sign pointing towards security and prosperity. Don't judge whether it's right or wrong. Simply write it down as an act of opening your soul's door. Who knows, that dream you thought you had forgotten, that intuition you once feared to trust, may be the sacred message guiding you back to your true path, the path of abundance and peace. If you're feeling a deep resonance with these words, prepare for an important revelation. The gift is no longer just energy. It's beginning to manifest in your life, perhaps as a financial opportunity, a new sense of stability, or a deep feeling of contentment. What happens when you truly open your heart to receive this gift? What awaits a soul that no longer refuses, doubts, or runs from their worth and their right to a secure life? Stay with me, for this gift is knocking at your door. There are moments in life that come only when you are truly ready. Have you ever felt time slow down, as if an invisible door opened? In such moments, your heart knows no logic. It simply beats with a rhythm that feels real, as if saying, this time, it's genuine. The ancients referred to this as heaven's timing, while spiritually, it's known as divine timing. The Buddha taught that no one can grant you liberation except yourself. And God reminded us that to him who knocks, the door will be opened. You stand before such a door today, the door you've knocked on many times, only to receive no answer. The door you once walked away from, thinking you weren't worthy of it being opened. Today, that door is wide open, and the difference is you. You are no longer knocking with trembling hands, fearing scarcity. You stand here with a heart that has endured enough loss to recognize what truly calls you home, to peace and abundance. You have faced enough to understand that no external light can save you if you deny the light of self-worth and capability within. This is the moment of blessing, released not because someone granted it to you, but because you have finally accepted it. When Saturn enters Pisces, it marks a time when your soul can no longer avoid responsibility for its own light, the light of your steadfastness, your building capacity, and your self-worth. You can no longer say, I'm not ready for a better life. You can no longer hide in the shadow of self-doubt or live as a soul, borrowing temporary security to escape your calling to build a truly stable life. Saturn is not gentle, but it is just. It doesn't come to reward, it comes to ask. Do you dare to live the truth of what you once prayed for, a life of stability, prosperity, and peace? If you're hearing this, perhaps this moment is your answer. The universe doesn't operate on pity. It returns what you once planted when you are strong enough to hold it, not out of fear, but out of faith in your own abilities. I want to share a true story. A woman once wrote to us, saying she dreamt that Archangel Michael gave her a golden key. No words, just a gaze that was crystal clear. The next morning, she received a call that she had won a property lawsuit she had waited 5 years for. She didn't cry or feel shocked. She sat in stillness, filled with gratitude. Her soul knew that victory didn't come from the court. It came from her acceptance of what she truly deserved, the security and value she had strived for. Have you ever wondered what you would do if you truly received what you deserve? Not in a boastful way, but how would you live? How would you love? How would you see yourself differently if you no longer had to live as someone forgiven, but as someone chosen to move forward with steadfastness? This is the moment when no one can stop you, not because things have become easier, but because something within you has fundamentally changed. You no longer carry the energy of refusing abundance. You've stopped saying, "Let others have a chance. I'm used to living without." Instead, you're beginning to say, "I deserve peace. I deserve kind and stable love. I deserve to reclaim what I once lost or denied myself." This shift releases the gift that was delayed. You don't need to do anything to receive it. You just need to stop rejecting it. Reflect on this. If today you truly received what was once blocked, a financial opportunity, a new stability, what would you do with it? Would you hide it like a secret, fearing others' judgment? Or would you use it to live the dream of a comfortable, abundant life you once buried? I don't know what gift is on its way to you. Perhaps an apology, a long-lost asset returned, a relationship healed bringing peace of mind, or a sense of calm you've never known. Whatever it is, receive it with gratitude. Let it renew you, and write it down as a declaration to the universe: I have opened my heart, and I will not close it again to the opportunities of prosperity. This is sacred timing, a moment that doesn't often repeat. You are stepping into what you once believed would never come. And if you think this gift is solely for you, remember that some gifts can heal generations. You are not just receiving a blessing. You are healing an ancestral line connected to scarcity and insecurity. You may think what you're receiving today is just a personal reward, but it's so much more. This is a response to all the souls who once stayed silent, swallowing their pain of lack because they lacked the words to express it. It is an echo from the universe for all the prayers that once rose but fell unanswered because no one was strong enough, confident enough to hold them. You came not to start a new journey, but to complete an old one, left unfinished across generations. The journey of building security and prosperity. In Buddhism, this is known as ancestral karma, when we inherit not just traits, but also everything that was never healed, including the fear of lack. You carry the weight of unspoken words about desires for a better life, suppressed dreams of security, and buried injustices regarding material well-being. These energies flow through your blood, waiting for someone awake enough and brave enough to release them by building a solid life for themselves. If you are still listening, perhaps you are that person. Have you ever felt an inexplicable financial heaviness, even though your life hasn't been overtly tragic? Why do you feel pain when witnessing material injustice, as if you've lived through it before? Your tears may flow for those who were never loved and cared for adequately as they should have been. Within you lie the memories of those who came before, who yearned for a way out of instability. What you are receiving today may be the very door to security they never had the chance to open. As a Taurus, you walk into the darkest places of lack to find the light of enduring value others have left behind. Not everyone possesses this strength, but you do. You were born at the right time, with a steadfast heart and deep practical intuition, to hear what your lineage has kept silent about material losses and aspirations. You are not the first to suffer from lack, but you can be the first to pause and heal it by building abundance. You don't need to perform grand gestures. You simply need to dare to receive what is rightfully yours. Step out of the shadows of guilt for desiring good things and say the words your family never dared to express. I am worthy of abundant love. I am worthy of peace and prosperity. A viewer once shared, I didn't receive a gift. I received a responsibility to build. When she accepted it and stopped running from her role in healing her family's fear of lack, everything changed. The gift you're about to receive may not arrive as a dazzling miracle. It may come as a gentle sigh of relief in your heart, a peaceful gaze after years of hiding your desires for security. It may be a quiet affirmation that this journey of building is no longer yours alone. You are the bridge, the last one still patiently praying in your family line, the last one believing that God still listens to prayers for a better life. You are the one daring to look up and say, please return what was once taken, the opportunities, the assets, the peace of mind. And that is enough for a lineage of souls to exhale, enough for old karma of scarcity to dissolve, enough for everything that was delayed to return to where it belongs. So if today you receive some kind of gift, whether it's a kind word, an unexpected opportunity, an unlooked-for sum, a helping hand, or simply a moment where your heart feels at peace and abundant, please don't think it's only for you. Know that you are fulfilling a part of a wish that your ancestors, grandparents, or those long gone in your bloodline once sent to the heavens and never received a reply. You don't have to live for them, but you can live more fully, more honestly, and more presently as a thank you for everything they never had the chance to do. You don't need to carry their weight. Just allow the light of prosperity to flow through you and no longer block it. I invite you right now to write down what you believe your ancestors once lost. Perhaps land, business opportunities, security, or simply the feeling of living in abundance. Write it down as a soul ritual. There's no need to be right or wrong. Simply be honest in acknowledging that something was once forgotten, and you are the one chosen to call it back. Because God does not forget. The Buddha is not silent, and your ancestors are still whispering through you every time you truly listen with your steadfast heart. You have come further than you realize. You've survived more pain of insecurity than others could ever see, and now you are not just surviving, you are liberating a lineage of souls by living true to the light of stability and worth you were given. If you've stayed until now, if your heart feels quietly seen in a way you can't explain, then please know you have begun to receive the greatest inheritance, not something you can physically hold, but something blooming within your soul, the feeling of deserving security and prosperity. Thank you for listening with your whole heart, for walking with me to the end, not just with time, but with the sacred presence of your soul. May all that was once delayed now return to you, whole, gentle, and right on time. As you embrace this new chapter, remember that you are not alone. The universe is aligning to support you, guiding you back to your true self, a builder, one who values and cherishes. Each step you take toward accepting your worth is a step toward healing not just yourself, but also those who came before you. So, dear Taurus, as you move forward, carry this light with you. Let it illuminate your path and the paths of others. The time has come to reclaim your power, to accept the gifts that are rightfully yours, and to share that abundance with the world around you. This is your moment. Embrace it fully, and let the energy of love, security, and healing flow through you. You are deserving of all the good that is coming your way. Trust in this process. Trust in yourself, and know that the universe has your back. Thank you for being here, for allowing yourself to receive, and for stepping into the light of abundance that is your birthright. You are a beacon of hope, steadfastness, and healing, and your journey is just beginning. Now, take a moment to reflect. What does your heart desire most regarding stability and joy? What dreams of a comfortable and abundant life have you kept hidden? Write them down, share them with the universe, and watch as they begin to manifest in your life. You are worthy, you are loved, and you are ready to shine and build. Let this be the start of a beautiful transformation, one that not only enriches your life, but also honors the legacy of those who came before you. Together, let's step into this new era of abundance, love, and light. Until next time, dear Taurus, remember, the universe is always listening, and your heart knows the way to peace and prosperity. Embrace your journey, for it is uniquely yours, and it is a gift to the world.